Hi, so this is just a little quick video about my experience trying to incorporate retinol into my skincare routine. I think that if you do any research, read anything in terms of, okay, what is like the best ingredients to include into a skincare routine, retinol always comes up. So basically, retinol is a very concentrated form of vitamin A, which helps to regenerate the skin. So it makes the cell turnover faster so that you get rid of the dead skin cells on the top to reveal fresh and new luminous skin underneath. So it also helps with it could help with um, pigmentation, fine lines, um, texture, all of those things. Anyway, so I wanted to start including it into my skincare routine because I hadn't. So I went and I got the Ordinary brand, which is a super affordable way to start because some of these products can become very expensive. So, and I got the retinol 1% in squalane. And so 1% is also quite low because this can go up to like 5%. And of course, you could also go and get a prescription for retinol, which is even more potent. So, how I started using this, this is what the directions say. The directions say apply a small amount to face in the PM as part of your skincare regimen. After water-based serums, but before heavier treatments, do not use with other retinoid treatments. Avoid unprotected solar exposure. So what I did, I would cleanse the base, and then I put the Ordinary hyaluronic acid on before, which is like a light hydrating serum, and then I put the retinol. And I did this like every day for 2 weeks. And basically at the 2 week mark, what was happening, first of all, I did have a little bit of flakiness, a little bit of peeling, like just it started on my forehead, and then I had, some really just like on the bridge of my nose and just like right beside the eyes, and then some just like little patches, nothing major. But at the 2 week mark, I also got my neck was starting to itch, and I had just like little red marks, and I thought, oh, it's something to do with like the turtlenecks that I'm wearing. It's just like a little bit irritating for my skin. But then what ended up happening was that my whole neck broke out in what looked like hives. Like it was like bright red, itchy. And so I thought, oh, I'm allergic to something. This is like a crazy allergic reaction to something I'm eating or like a supplement I'm taking. So I started taking Benadryl, but the Benadryl really, it didn't do anything. So basically it was the retinol that was causing my crazy rash skin reaction. And it was, so I stopped using the retinol, and the rash had died down, but also I was super dry. So it started to flake, and it was just like super, super dry skin. But what happened was it was dry up to underneath my chin, and here on the sides of my face, all the way up to my earlobes, it was really dry. Like how I would describe the feeling of this on the side of my face here is it was very rough. Like it felt like how it kind of feels after you get a really bad sunburn and it hasn't started flaking yet, but it's like kind of like the skin is kind of like hard and rough, and that's what it was like. And then it started to peel and peel. So really, it's super strong. This stuff is powerful. Even though I only have the 1% retinol, is very strong. So I haven't used it since that time because I had such a crazy reaction. But I have done a little bit more research, and I think that before you start any type of retinol, you really have to do your research because it's so strong. And so what I've learned is that, first of all, I think when you're first starting, you should not be using it every day, and that you should have a bit more of a protective layer in terms of a stronger or thicker moisturizer underneath after you cleanse it before you put the retinol, because that way you're going to protect the skin from reacting like mine did, and kind of more like easing into the treatment. I watched some videos with dermatologists to discuss how to best incorporate retinol, and the advice is start a few days per week, 2 to 3 for like a month, and then increase it each month And also do what they call like the retinol sandwich. So put moisturizer, a good moisturizer, and then you put your retinol just a little bit, and then you put moisturizer on after as again, and that should help kind of combat any crazy reaction that your skin might have to it. So I'm definitely going to do that. The other thing that they mentioned that I hadn't read anywhere else, it wasn't on like the Ordinary's packaging or anything, is that if you're pregnant or you're breastfeeding, you should not be doing retinol treatments. So I don't know why, but that's something to keep in mind as well. So basically the moral of the story is if you're going to do retinol, really do your research first and start slow. So I'm going to be starting up again I think I'll do like two days per week, making sure that I'm moisturizing. And the other thing is, before my skin like freaked out like it did for the first 2 weeks, I did like the effects. I could see that the skin was almost like polished and it was just smoother and more luminous. So I think that like there's great potential with this product, but it scared me off. And I don't know, like my neck skin, it might be a little bit more sensitive than like on my face, but that was just like a crazy reaction. And it honestly took about a week for the hives or whatever to clear up. So I'm going to be very cautious, in terms of, am I allergic to this, or is it just like that's a natural, what they call like retinoid dermatitis or something. So yeah, if you guys have had similar experiences, or you've kind of mastered your retinol into your skincare routine and it's working great for you, comment, because that would be really helpful. But anyway, this is just like a word of caution. Take it slow with the retinol. Thanks so much.